Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Tuesday, April 26th, 10:04 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. That's PST right now. All right, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. So today is not the most incredible day in the market in general. As you can see noted here on Zero Hedge, stocks puke as traders rush to hedge downside. I'm kind of getting a hedge to the downside vibe in a lot of places in the markets. Let's just check things out and see how they're going. Looking at a crude right now, this is a U.S. oil spot. We are a green candle today, coming in at $101. So we got back above $100. Usually gains are good, except for when it's oil. We are seeing. Let's see if we find some. This is a 50 moving average here in green. We'll see if we bounce off that. That could be resistance that sends it back down. Right. Dollar Strength Index, DXY, another green candle today. It continues its upward motion. It is above all important moving averages. S&P 500 today, a rather heinous looking red candle. That's not too beautiful. It's below all important moving averages on the daily. Russell 2000 Index, a heinous, rather abrupt, rude looking red candle again today. Since the market's kind of so unique, let's look at the Dow. Now, the Dow actually is pulling off a green candle today. It wicked yesterday, did a long wick bounce off the 20 WMA yesterday, and it was a green candle yesterday and a green candle today. So the Dow is actually kind of holding in there. So that is interesting, is it not? I would say so. All right. Looking at gold, looks like it's getting a bounce today. It's recovering, a green candle so far. Silver, what a tail. What a wick on that thing. It is below the 200 moving average today, but it did break back above it on the daily. So let's see what happens. The day is still kind of young. Silver definitely not performing as gold as gold as silver. No, silver is not performing as strong as gold today yet. But both do seem out of free fall mode, which they were in yesterday. Looking at the ruble versus USD, well, ruble, in my opinion, has passed pre-invasion levels as far as strength. So interesting chart here. I will, for fun, just in case you copy link to chart image, just in case you think this chart is fun, I will put the updated here in the live chat. Boom. All right, it's fun to share with your friends. All right, we just hit 4 billion in trading volume for Bitcoin last 24 hours. That is good. That's nice. Well above 300 billion. I'm sorry, well above 3 billion. So that's kind of good to go. 4 billion. That's nice. Let's see what kind of volume we got going on today. Over here at cryptometer.io, we're at 4.1 billion. I like it when these two are close. We're up 53% in volume last 24 hours. I am digging that. Let's look at the big exchanges here. I'm going to refresh this. Spot trading on all the exchanges. On the big ones here, we have a mix of green and red, so it's not across the board pump or dump as far as volume goes on exchanges. In general, looking at Coinbase, it's 2.8 billion. I like seeing that above 3 billion. Crypto.com, it's at 1.9 billion. I like seeing that above 3 billion. KuCoin, I like seeing that above 3 billion too. It's at 2.2. So in general, volume kind of indecisive today. How about that? As far as on the big exchanges for spot, and also not only volume, but just the numbers themselves for the spot. Yeah, both the amount that's actually trading is a little on the low side, and also we don't have a unanimous up or down, red or green, as far as volume change in the towards up or down in on the here. Sorry. Allergies. The desert allergies are like the most unique allergies. It's like breathing environmental shrapnel. It's crazy. Okay, Binance, 63 billion for derivatives today. Last 24 hours, that's not bad, up 3%. Okay, I'll take it. Above 50, good. Above 60, better. Above 70, really good. So in general, we kind of have, in my opinion, indecisive volume for Bitcoin. Well, slightly positive Bitcoin, slightly positive volume for Bitcoin explicitly. I like seeing it at 4 billion. That's good. I like seeing cryptometer.io agree with that, up 53%. This is just Bitcoin explicitly. But for spot across the board, it's indecisive. The volume's not really all positive or negative. It's indecisive. That's an interesting point. That's an interesting thing. Usually you'll see all these green or all red. We kind of have a disagreement here. Bitcoin is gaining volume. Let's see how this rolls. Indecisive right now is what I'm seeing. Looking here, 38,572. That is Bitcoin right now. Looking at the top 100, most are in the red. How's Doge doing? Doge was pulling off some gains recently, like 25%. It was pretty crazy. Right now, it's down 3%. The graph, whatever that is, GRT. I see that oftentimes come up in scanners. GRT up 11%. Definitely, that'd be a nice one to get into if you already gotten into it. Syntax token, SNX. I see that one come up on scanners quite a lot, up 16%. So we do have some runners, some players in the market. That's interesting. Maybe we go check these two out before we get out of here. Looking at longs versus shorts, 74% long, 25% short. For Bitcoin on Binance, that's a pretty darn long bias. Watch out, because when bias goes too far in one direction or the other, that's when Darth Maul shows up. Okay, so looking at Ethereum, 67% long, 32% short on Binance. Definitely a long bias there. A long bias for both. I'm a little bit skeptical. It's a little bit too much of a long bias for me, especially with such a volatile moment that we're in the last couple hours. Now, this guy here, Crypto Rover, I will link to him. Some people like him, some people do not on Twitter. Some people think he's he gets plenty of flame. But most people who flame him are just kind of perma bulls. We have spoken about those people, and they're never happy. So I just wanted to note. Now, I think this is a 3-day chart, and I think right here is valid. Okay, I think it's kind of reaching here, looking at this as far as being an upwards channel, but he does make a point looking at the 3-day upwards channel. So I'm going to look at the 3-day upwards channel here, and I don't quite. Yeah, I'm not going to quite pull it way back to where he did. I'm going to stay a little bit more connected to reality here, and 3-day chart. What I like about this is if we look. On a 3-day chart for Bitcoin, the white moving average here is the 200 moving average. And I'm just kind of going to ride the bottom of this channel right there. Okay. Even though we have wicked below it, I'm just going to go to basically, I'm just going to match up the 200 moving average, because that's a very, very powerful moving average, I do believe, here in a 3-day. You can see we have a channel. Now we have broken, in my opinion, below that channel, which is kind of obvious to see. I guess if you wanted to pull it down here with these wicks, we have not quite yet. I guess I'd make a point of looking at it both ways, but myself, I'm going to play it here. Let's just call it being a bit conservative. All right, so we are below the 200 moving average on a 3-day, and we are below this upwards channel. So that's just not super positive. Looking at the MACD on the 3-day, it is negative, and there's really no tangent moving towards the positive right now. Let's take this same chart and look at the daily. Okay, to show a little bit more. Daily MACD is negative, and the tangent actually has just gotten a little bit worse this morning. We had a pump recently, and we'll take a look at that. But with the daily and the 3-day kind of on the negative side, I really didn't think that pump was going to go too far. And it broke the 200 moving average slightly, and then it basically came back down, which is kind of what I was thinking would happen yesterday. Looking at the chart here on the daily, a little bit more granular, you can kind of see we definitely are below. Of course, the 200 moving average is way higher on the daily. So we're below the 200 moving average. We're not holding it on the daily. We just went below it on the 3-day. And here we are kind of getting this pretty good sized body of a red candle. We're even below a pretty good red candle broken below the channel here on this on the daily chart. Also, we've lost the 20 WMA. The 50 right here is the 50 moving average, and the purple one is the 20 WMA. So we're below all important moving averages on the daily, and we're below this channel, upwards channel. And of course, you go to the 3-day, and right now, even on the 3-day, longer time frame, we definitely are breaking below the bottom of that channel and below the 200 moving average, which has really been support on the 3-day. So let's do something radical. Let's go to a 4-hour chart. Let's try to pull a lot of data in. Just get a look here on the 4-hour chart. 4-hour MACD. Yep, it's kind of crossing towards the negative this morning. Yep, it crossed negative on the 4-hour chart. And if we look here, you can see this beautiful upwards channel. it kind of does work. And we are below on the 4-hour chart as of this morning. All the important moving averages were below the 200 moving average, the 314, the 50, and the 20 WMA. So really, Bitcoin needs to find a balance and turn its ass around. Let's look at a 2-hour chart with all this glorious data. And I know when you do the chart like this, maybe you might want to pull in the bottoms here, and you certainly could do that if you wanted to do the channel like that. I mean, it's cool. I'm just going to go with the 3-day where it's sitting there. That's just my preference for the moment. What do we got here as far as the MACD? MACD is negative on the 2-hour and 2-hour. So something I would do is I'm going to do actually on the 2-hour chart. I will set an alert for a positive MACD cross on the 2-hour chart. I think that's when we are going to see things start to happen. So there you go. Let's look at a 45-minute chart. What I want to look at here, get rid of this channel, is something I see here in the 45-minute chart that does bug me is we have the red diamond here, which means all the Madrid ribbons have now, all these EMAs have now gone to red. You can find that, just search for Madrid over at bitcoindaily.com. You can find this indicator there. We're having a green candle so far on the 45-minute chart, but what I don't like is that, I'm going to show you this. We've broken below the RSI cave, and RSI caves over at bitcoindaily.com. You can find it there. RSI cave, we're below that, and I don't like staying below that so long. When you get below or above, if you get above the RSI cave, you're pumping hard. If you get below it, you are dumping hard. We've been below it a little bit longer than I would like with longer time frames. If you'd like the daily and the 3-day not looking so hot. Okay, we're not that far from the 8 moving average. There's this red moving average. No, actually we are. Here's the 8 moving average right here. 8 moving average. Yeah, so we're actually kind of far from the 8 moving average. Usually you will snap back to that, and it's right here, the 8 moving average, and so far we have not. So this is a pretty good dump, but there's some velocity here. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. It's not quite so far from the 8 moving average. I like that. It's below the 2 moving average, of course. All red Madrid ribbons. So it's dumping pretty good. As you can see, it does this from time to time. But overall, we are sort of trending down here. If you wanted to get sort of eclectic with me here, you could sort of do a something like this. You could say that you do have kind of a downwards channel here on the 15-minute chart. Boom. We're going to visit that again. If we visit it again, the bottom of that, you'd be like talking about like 37,500, 37,600 or so. Might be a limit order that I might put in. Well, anyway, let's dump this channel here. Let's go to the 45-minute chart, which I think is one of the best time frames for getting a handle on what's going on. As you can see, yeah, see, this is the thing. Yesterday when I saw this, I mean, I was excited. I'm not a perma bull, perma bear, that's for sure. We got some beautiful gains. This is definitely a thing people could have gotten involved in. I hope people did. They made some money. The issue is kind of what I was sort of, I don't want to say expecting, because don't want to be all full of myself, but we didn't hold above that 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart. And like I say, with the daily and the 3-day, it just didn't look like we were going to. We did break the 200 moving average rather abruptly in 2 to 3, in like 1 to 3 candles, I think it is. And we got a blue diamond merit badge. We flipped green on the Madrid ribbons. It was beautiful, but we just did not hold it. And now we're dumping hard. There is a little bit of hope right here. And as you can see, we are playing with previous support and resistance. If I go back a ways, you'll probably find more of that. Yep. So we are at a spot that definitely has played support resistance in the past. Okay. I like that. Let's look at, oh no, I can't quite grab a hold of this. Let's do this. Let me go like this. Sorry. Let's look at our indicators. ADX is on the way up. Directional index might be trailing off and giving us a little bit of a break right now. Squeeze indicator still in the negative. Binary SMU binary candles is in the negative. KRI is very, very low. What I do like here on the 45-minute chart, though, is the stochastic RSI and the wave channel oscillator by Lazy Bear both are showing we're kind of bottomed here, and it hasn't tangented up yet. How about the wave channel oscillator? It has not yet either. So really, hang tight. I'm going to be watching this today because I do think, unless it continues down, we could see another like relief rally. We could see a play just like yesterday again. Maybe you could score that sweet 5% before it turned around on you. Just watch out if it starts moving up. Once again, the 200 moving average on a 45-minute chart is definitely a place you might find resistance and get rejected. You got to keep an eye on things. So with that said, let's check out those two coins that were doing fairly well in the midst of this dump moment. It was the graph GRT. Yeah. Looking good. It's cooling off. It may have cooled off enough. Just watch out. If Bitcoin continues down, so will it. So the graph, this is definitely one that I might watch for a 200 moving average bounce. It very well might continue. So looking strong. Not something I'd quite get in right now. It definitely rode the. Going to get rid of the ATR cave right now and just look at the RSI cave. But the RSI cave, as you can see, if you can see this, I hope it rode the top of the RSI cave for a while, got rejected. That makes sense. And now it's kind of doing something very logical. This is a logical place to cool off. If we do a fib retracement from where it started pumping to where it's at now, yeah, I don't really like to. I don't like really playing between the 0 and the 236. It's gotten below that. Let's look for a 382 bounce. Let's look for a .5 bounce. That's right where the 200 moving average is. I think let's see how this one plays out. It's strong. Don't know why, but definitely let's watch this KRI the KRI to turn up. Let's watch this stochastic RSI to say that we are at the bottom. The tangent is just beginning to turn up there. Do watch because wave channel oscillator by Lazy Bear is not agree. I like seeing these both in agreement to really see to be confident of being oversold. So let's watch this one. It's not looking too bad. Okay, one more chart here. What was that other one? Oh, and Locke Davis. He said something pretty interesting, and I enjoy it. He said a public interest in crypto, Bitcoin, and Ethereum is woefully low right now. Can't expect much price-wise until these numbers start reversing. He's looking at maybe these are search terms. Yeah, search terms. So basically, people are just not interested. And I think I'm actually not bearish on this one. I just think with hyperinflation, with the Ukraine situation, with the EU and NATO, doing their best to destroy the European economy, and America encouraging that. And honestly, I think the Ukrainian situation may have taken on a new front this morning. So in general, I don't think people are not interested in Bitcoin. I think everybody who was still is, who is not is not. I actually think there's probably an interest, an increasing interest, because I have a lot of people who are no coiners, as they say, have recently been asking me about how to get in Bitcoin. I think they're just not Googling it, basically. So anyway, I'm not bearish because of this, but I just think people have other things to worry about right now, like just dollar cost averaging and stacking their sats or trading or whatever they might do, like putting their pinto beans in long-term storage and stocking up on ammo. That's probably what they're doing. They're just doing crypto. They're just not interested. Like I myself have been watching a lot less daily videos just because they're all just clickbait. Except this one. I Anyway, let's see. Oh, I wanted to look at the other one. Sorry if I'm a little bit delirious. We have allergies here in the desert right now. This is our allergy season. You can tell my voice is a little different, and people oftentimes get allergies like so bad. It's very common for people to actually barf here from allergies. It's just it passes and it's fine. But it's It's I need to get some. You watch. I'll get some pictures of like the pollen here in the desert in a microscope. It looks like something designed to kill people. Just it looks like pollen nowhere else on Earth. Okay, SNX. Let's take a look at SNX. SNX USDT. I like this one because it's on Binance and KuCoin, Polynex, Bittrex. I really do like even the AOL of exchanges, Binance US. Is it on Coinbase? I don't see it. Yeah, it's on Coinbase. So I like this one because I like ones that everybody can play. You know, woo. Okay, I like this actually. Believe it or not, I'll take this. I dig this one. This one interests me, and here's why. So you've got this beautiful run up, a bounce. You could say it almost hit the 200 moving average, and it bounced back up. I like this. It's been riding the top of the RSI cave. You can see here and here way too hard. It's gonna retrace off that. The directional index, I like this. I like the squeeze indicator showing some upwards push. SME binary candles are green. KRI just dumped. Stochastic RSI is dumping along with wave channel oscillator by Lazy Bear, but they all kind of match. They're in the right spot. Let's watch this one. This is over too much time to be a simple pump and dump, I believe. Okay, that's just my opinion. If we let's do it right here. Grab it here. Let's look at this. I like it. So could we see if this stays strong, a .5 bounce? They see, I don't really like to play the fibs up here. I'm not even really a big 382 bounce buyer. It doesn't really get me too excited. I really like what I'm seeing here. So we pumped hard and we're dumping hard. Could we see a .5 bounce? Could we see, now that's still above the 200 moving average. Could we see a 200 moving average bounce or go down to the 618 pocket, hang out there, move back up, buy that break above the 200 moving average, especially if it finds resistance on the .5, comes down and bounces again off the 200 moving average. Let's watch this one. Trade it however you trade it, but it looks exciting to me personally. I like this one. 15-minute chart, well above the 200 moving average. I like that. Indicators kind of almost matching the 45-minute there because there's a price action right now is very abrupt towards the downside. So this, in my opinion, is one to watch. Let's watch this guy. SNX versus Tether might be an interesting play. What if you wanted to do SNX against BTC? This one has some fire in it, and you can play it on a good number of exchanges. How about that? Oh, okay. Let's have some fun. Let's do a fib retracement. Boom, boom. Let's go like that. That's the 382 bounce. Not quite excited about that. More excited about a .5 bounce. It could be a play against Bitcoin also. Indicators look good. It's got to retrace a bit more. So I'm going to watch SNX personally against USDT. I like to trade more in USDT when alts run, when I think we might be in a bearish time frame, for Bitcoin. To me, it looks a little bit more bearish than bullish, at least for the immediate time, at least for the short term. So anyway, guys, there you go. I'm going to watch this thing. I think SNX versus Tether could be a play. So with that said, remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist banker cries. And we really need them to lose this one because we're at that moment in human history where it's going to be win or lose, globalists versus humans. So I'm going to hope for the best. I truly am optimistic. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're part of the peaceful revolution. I think stacking Bitcoin sats is the most powerful, optimistic statement that you believe in a positive future for humanity. And I mean globally, a beautiful, beautiful blue ball full of love, happiness, babies, and all that stuff. So take care, and I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, like, share, subscribe, comment. Even if you just comment hi, it really does do something to the algorithm, which gets this out to more people who might be interested. Take care.